The case of bullying of Jungkook, a member of BTS, while serving his military service in South Korea is in the spotlight. Why? Although the reconstruction of the case has been carried out, many have questioned the honesty of the perpetrators and the completeness of the facts revealed in the process. Is this case being taken seriously? Or are they trying to cover something up? When news of Jungkook's abuse during his military service surfaced, a wave of public attention was inevitable. Jungkook, a member of the global group BTS, is in the spotlight not only because of his status as an international idol, but also as a victimized individual in an institution that has a reputation for being strict and disciplined. However, what should be an attempt to uncover the truth through reconstruction raises even more questions. Why is the reconstruction considered incomplete? Does this reflect a larger systemic pattern in the military environment? Bullying in South Korea's military environment is not a new issue. In institutions that emphasize hierarchy, tradition, and discipline, violence, both physical and psychological, is frequent. Previous cases show a similar pattern: inhumane acts, intimidation, and violence that are often left without serious consequences. However, the involvement of a public figure like Jungkook in the case provides an inevitable new dimension: global attention. Is this just the tip of the iceberg? Ask a social expert. This case forces us to take a deeper look at what is really going on behind the closed doors of the military barracks. The incident was first revealed after an anonymous witness reported that Jungkook was subjected to intimidation and violence by some of his seniors in the military draft. The witness also showed videotaped evidence of bullying against Jungkook and some of his friends under military orders, initial reports suggesting that the conflict began for trivial reasons, but quickly developed into more serious acts of bullying. He, Jungkook, is humble and never looks for trouble. However, his fame seems to be a trigger for envy among some people, said one of the military's internal sources. The source also added that Jungkook tried to refrain from involving outsiders, but the situation worsened until finally public attention could not be avoided. Reconstruction controversy. Is it really incomplete? The reconstruction carried out some time ago should have been the key to understanding what really happened. However, observers, journalists, and even the public following the course of the case consider the process to have many loopholes. 1. Missing scenes. Several witnesses revealed that acts of verbal intimidation involving insults and threats were not demonstrated in the reconstruction. In fact, this is an important element in showing the intensity of the bullying experienced by the victim. 2. Unclear context. The conflict that triggered the bullying is not elaborated in detail. Without a clear explanation, the reconstruction gives only a partial picture that can mislead public opinion. 3. The attitude of the actors during the reconstruction is also in the spotlight. One of the actors appeared to be not serious about demonstrating the scene, which sparked public outrage. Many ask, is this a form of arrogance or evidence of a lack of oversight in legal proceedings? Jungkook's family and legal team are disappointed with the reconstruction. In their official statement, it was stated that many important details were overlooked, which could affect later legal decisions. We hope that this reconstruction can give a complete picture. However, the opposite is true, said a lawyer representing Jungkook. We will continue to demand full, uncompromising justice. The case has also sparked a public push to reform South Korea's conscription system. Over the years, there have been reports of violence and a lack of accountability in this environment. When this incident involves a famous figure like Jungkook, then serious attention is given. But what about other cases that have never been made public? Jungkook's fan community, ARMY, has been a major force in pressuring authorities to take the case seriously. Through various social media platforms, they organize petitions, awareness campaigns in support of the legal move. The media also began covering the case extensively, with a spotlight on South Korea's military culture and treatment of celebrities serving in the military. Jungkook's bullying case is a reflection of a much bigger problem than just celebrities being victims. It is a call for systemic change in an institution that has so far been considered immune from public criticism. One thing is for sure, this case will continue to be of global concern until the truth is fully revealed. Can justice be fully served? Or will this be one of those cases that are slowly forgotten over time? When the reconstruction of the bullying case against Jungkook was carried out, the public's hope was to get clarity about what really happened in the conscription environment. However, instead of answering the question, this reconstruction raises a new question mark. Some important elements in the event were not fully demonstrated, creating gaps that are difficult to ignore. Why are certain scenes not shown? Is anyone trying to hide the truth? According to reports from witnesses present in the reconstruction, some of the key scenes reported in the initial chronology did not appear. This invites speculation that there are important elements that are deliberately omitted, both to protect the perpetrators and to avoid greater controversy. 1. The verbal intimidation, which the witness did not reveal, began with a series of harsh words directed at Jungkook. Remarks such as insults against her background as a celebrity and harassing threats were not included in the reconstruction. In fact, it is considered essential to describe the psychological pressure experienced by the victim. 2. Physical violence that does not fit the initial chronology in the initial report. It was stated that the physical violence received by Jungkook was more than a light act. However, in the reconstruction, the performer demonstrated only minimal physical contact. This raises doubts. Did the perpetrators cover up their actions, or was there pressure to downplay the incident? 3. The context of the conflict that is not fully explained. The initial conflict that triggered the incident is also not clearly described. According to some, this is a deliberate step to avoid public understanding of what exactly triggered the problem. During the reconstruction process, the response of the perpetrators was also in the spotlight. They seem reluctant to demonstrate some important scenes, even showing attitudes that are not considered serious. This led to sharp criticism from the public, who considered that the offender did not respect the legal process and did not show remorse. A witness at the reconstruction site said, "They don't look entirely honest." Several times the perpetrator is seen quibbling when asked to demonstrate certain actions. This is not just a technical matter, but a matter of intent to uncover the truth. The imperfection of this reconstruction raises the suspicion that there are certain parties who try to protect the perpetrators. Some of the perpetrators are said to have an influential family background in the military, so there is pressure to maintain their good name. Activists in South Korea highlight that this practice is not new. In cases involving individuals with strong connections, there is often an attempt to cover up the facts. Jungkook's case only shows that this culture still exists, said one activist who followed the development of the case. Legal experts highlight weaknesses in the reconstruction system. They judge that this process is often not designed to give the full picture, but rather a formality that can be manipulated by certain parties. According to the professor of military jurisprudence, reconstruction was supposed to be a tool for revealing the truth. However, when the performer has control over what they want to demonstrate, then this process loses its essence. The imperfection of this reconstruction can have a great impact on the final outcome of the case. If the reconstruction does not give an accurate picture, then the resulting legal verdict may not reflect true justice. Jungkook's family and his legal team have filed a formal objection to the reconstruction, arguing that this process fails to provide clarity on what exactly happened. The case shows how important transparency is in the legal system, especially when it comes to high-profile individuals like Jungkook. Imperfections in reconstruction not only hurt victims, but also undermine public confidence in the institutions that are supposed to uphold justice. Will this reconstruction be repaired? Or will this case be just another example of injustice being allowed to pass? The public awaits with great hope, but also with growing skepticism.